You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
And we are happy that you are with us today. We got a lot to talk about. It's May. I missed the May holidays on our first because I forgot that it was May. So we had our last podcast was the 1st of May. And so this is our second weekend, and this is National Chocolate Custard Month.
Sounds good.
It does sound good. It's also barbecue month, which we are ready to barbecue.
No, we are, but the weather's not cooperating.
No, it's not. It's hamburger month.
That's a good one.
I'm surprised it's not hot dog, but maybe that's later in the summer. Because we don't, that's funny that we don't have hot dogs until like we start doing our picnics. And then by the time summer's over, we're done with the wieners. We don't want to see a wiener, any kind of wiener. I know you don't want to see any kind of wiener after the hot dog. It's also National Strawberry Month, National Smile Month. So we should be smiling more. National Egg Month. So there you go. There's some of the things that we're celebrating for the May holidays. It's also prom. This is the time of year where
most of the schools have proms.
In fact, I think there was one that already I can't remember what school district it was. I saw it on Facebook, and they were saying they were chaperones.
It was already
And they were already doing the.
It was cold
May.
last weekend.
Do you remember our proms or your proms? I should say. We had one together. My last one, my senior year. That's the only one I went to, because I
went to my sophomore and my junior prom.
And then, you'd already graduated.
I went to my sophomore year, I went with the junior, and my junior prom, I went with someone from another school.
Right. Yeah, we went together my senior year. She was a college girl, so I got to take a college girl to prom.
Ooh.
Yeah. But what would, if you were to go to the prom, and this question was asked, and you and your friend had the same exact dress on, would that upset you? Would that be?
If it was a close
maybe
friend,
it wasn't even
it didn't.
Would it matter?
I don't know. You know what? Back when we went, there were a lot of the same dresses. You know what I mean? Because you could go into the shops at the mall and buy them sometimes. So if someone went in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because the girls for our wedding wore prom dresses that were left over. That's what I got them for our wedding. Those tulip dresses that they.
Oh, those were prom dresses.
Mm-hmm. They were left over from prom.
I'm trying to remember yours.
We got married in April.
Your dress was pink, right?
The dresses were like a pink.
No, I mean your prom dress for when we went to the prom.
was pink, and I bought it used from someone.
Did it have a hoop? Didn't it have a hoop?
It had a hoop. It's when those hoops were in. Yeah, those big hoops.
They don't wear hoops anymore.
No.
Some of these dresses that girls wear today.
Oh, they're more like movie stars, and their bellies are out or their backs are out.
They barely cover their butt. It's short, and the dresses today
anything
is a lot
goes
different.
nowadays.
Yeah, it is anything that goes. But I just was thinking about this being May and being a prom season, and we went. I don't know. I know we went to at that time it was called Club 40.
Yeah.
And we got the steak for two or something.
Mm-hmm. And you were surprised at how much I ate.
Yeah, she could put down some steak. I'll tell you that right now. Good thing she paid. I mean, so that worked out pretty well.
I did not.
Because she was the breadwinner.
I did not.
At that point, you paid
you
for
were
that.
working too.
I was only working as a stock boy.
I was just
you
a
were
cashier.
You were a cashier. You made a lot more money than
I did not.
a lowly stock boy.
I did not. Oh, you're funny.
But
I think minimum wage was $3.35 then, hon.
We had a DJ, didn't we? I'm trying to remember.
I can't remember.
We're talking.
I can't remember. Most of them were DJs back then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They don't do the bands.
Well, I think that they can't afford to. The prom tickets would go up way too high in price.
Yeah, this is true. So if you're going to the prom, they do a lot of after proms now, don't they?
I don't know. We did at McGuffey way back when I went.
They did?
Mm-hmm. We were locked in at the Holiday. We were locked into the Holiday Inn, and they had a hypnotist, and they had entertainment, and then another DJ and a dinner. Yeah, a real nice dinner. So
we didn't have the lock-in because we left. I'm trying to think when we left.
The
fairly
first year,
early.
we didn't know we had to have a note to leave, so we snuck out through the kitchen.
This is not us. This is her. This is her and her
dates
back in the day when she was,
And then the second year, I had a note to leave, I think.
Taking them to the prom. I was going to say something.
No, don't even say anything.
Not going to say anything.
Don't go there, babe.
Not going there.
Don't go there.
But, that was, so we came home, changed, went to Club 40, and... I don't know why we weren't there very long.
Did I spend the night?
We weren't at the prom very long, though. I
think
just
you
don't
went
remember.
because your cousin wanted you to go.
Wasn't she? Don't they do like the king and the queen?
No, because yours did May Day. She was May in the May court.
Oh, they don't do the.
Yours didn't.
I don't remember.
Trinity didn't back then.
Because
she was homecoming
Yours
queen.
did?
Yeah, ours did. But we crowned juniors. Seniors crowned juniors because they could never get the seniors to come back because it was always like finals time for their colleges, and they couldn't come back to crown them. So they started crowning. I don't know how they do it now.
I don't know.
Different schools do different things, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it now, for sure. I was trying to find. So anyway, that's it. Yeah, it's the problem. I'm going back in my mind trying to remember some of the, but I just remember going to Club 40. It's not Club 40, or is it?
I don't think it's even open anymore.
Yeah, it's I think it is.
Is it back open?
But
well, it wasn't for a while.
I think it's called something different now, though. I don't think it's called. I thought it was 40 something.
I don't know. I haven't been out that way for a while.
But anyway, no, me neither. Haven't been out that way in a while. So you kids out there have fun at the prom, but not too much fun. That kind of fun.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, and you said spend the night. I think you did spend the night. I think.
I might have.
I don't know. It's been a long time.
Is that the first time you pulled the mattress off the bed?
The things that we got. The things that we did. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, you kind of froze me on that. I didn't think you were going to bring that up. But yeah, I think you did spend the night. But no kids were born on that night. I didn't leave. Nothing happened.
Well, no, your mom slept above us on the couch.
Yeah, well, it was, It was just weird. It's getting weirder now.
I know.
This is going to be a strange podcast if we keep on this. I'm sorry I brought up the prom now, to be honest with you. Holy moly. Anyway, let's get out of the prom and move on to, there was somebody that said that something. He'd make fun. He said to his son, he said, I went to the prom with your, how did he say it? No, I can't remember how he said it. I went to the prom. I can't. I'm going to butcher it, so forget it. All right, so it's barbecue month, and it's also s'mores month. Not s'mores month, but it's s'mores time. One of those times we get the fire going, has some s'mores. Well, Jet Puffed, that's the marshmallows.
Mm-hmm.
They're making, they just came out with this, the
new marshmallows.
New marshmallows that change color when you put them over fire. So to make the bonfires more fun, they have let me see what colors they are. They change colors when they're met with direct heat, and the colors are pink marshmallows that turn orange and blue marshmallows that turn green. And it happens like 10 seconds after they're exposed to the flame. And I don't know if Fen would be too young
to see it,
to do that. I'm afraid he might get.
We'll have to find out.
Yeah, but they're $2.99, and if you're looking for something to, add to your
festivities,
if you're doing some S'mores. I couldn't remember what they were called. I was doing my morning show, and I could not remember s'mores. I could not remember the name of them. It's just the brain. The brain just doesn't. It's not working. It's not working at all, really, to be honest. So anyway, yeah, if you're looking for something interesting, jet puffed, new, color-changing marshmallows is the way to go. It will just add a spark to your.
We'll have to try them.
Your outside
and give our.
We got the liner in. I don't know if we talked about this last week or not.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I think we did because we did the podcast.
But we can't do anything with it because it's been too cold.
Yeah, this weather just stinks. So it's in. It's not. We just haven't been able to run it. It'll probably turn green before I get a chance with this weather.
No,
this May weather.
Not.
It's supposed to be nicer, so hopefully it'll by the end of the week. Terry, this is right up your alley. If you're having trouble getting to sleep, the problem's not in your head. Now, a lot of times when you're having trouble sleep, a lot of times you think about a lot of stuff, you know?
I mean, sometimes I can't sleep because you can't shut your brain off.
Yes.
But a lot of times I'm really tired and I can't go to sleep.
But it might not all be your head. It might be your feet. Now, I know in this case it's not your feet.
Oh, it might be my feet. The top of my foot's been hurting me.
Well, because researchers found that when we're on the cusp of falling asleep, our body redirects blood flow to our hands and our feet. And when these extremities are warm, their blood vessels can dilate and allow for greater blood flow, which of course aids in redistribution of blood and helps you get to sleep. So if you're having trouble nodding off, all you have to do is put on a warm pair of socks. That's what right. That's what you do.
I mean, I do.
Yep. You're not wearing anything else, but you got your big furry socks on.
I know. It's true. Sometimes,
well, it depends. I mean, it could be 90 degrees, and we don't have the air on, and Terry's got the big old fluffy socks on because her feet are always cold.
Sometimes I always make sure I throw one pair into the suitcase when we go on vacation, just in case.
Yep, you do. Well,
because sometimes they keep the air too cold on vacation.
It does get cold. Yeah, so. It does get...
Especially when you've been in 90-degree heat all day on the beach, and then you go in and it's cold. Then I get like the chills and stuff.
Yeah. So if you're having trouble sleeping, it might not be just your everything you're thinking about. It could be the fact that your feet need to be covered. And you've always said that you can't go to sleep unless your feet are warm. You've always said that.
Yep.
But
you having troubles over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the next. I guess I wasn't really ready when I told you I was ready.
Guess you weren't organized enough.
Because summer's coming, and if you are trying to get in your summer body, right? You want to have because you have a winter body.
We keep buying sugar and having cupcakes and stuff. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, we did have the reveal. Let's talk about that.
Okay, we had the reveal.
We'll get back to the summer diet, but we found out that Lauren, our daughter-in-law, she did not know, but she got. I guess she did a test, or they did a test.
Ultrasound. I think they got the report from PNC.
Right.
PNC.
And she did not want to know. She wanted to be surprised. So RJ, our son, knew, but she did not. So we were thinking, okay, we're going to do a reveal pretty soon. And then we had Fenn over the weekend. He stayed overnight, and that's when I didn't get to hear. But Lauren said to you, I gotta know.
Yeah, she said if we didn't do the reveal yesterday, that she would have looked, and then everyone would have known because she would have told everyone. So she had her sister whip up cupcakes yesterday, and we had the reveal yesterday.
What was interesting was our son, because Terry and I went on a date, which we have not done. I'm going to call it a date.
Oh, yeah, it was a nice date.
And I want to pronounce the name right, and I forgot to look it up. Is it Acalinos?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right. Arcalinos. Anyway, it's close here. It's not very far from here. And I had won a gift certificate, and I decided it was time to take
for
Terry
a belated
out.
Anniversary.
Very belated. I should have told them. I think we would have got a free dessert.
Oh.
And
like we could have ate it.
Well, that's
we
true.
Were so full.
I will say the food was
excellent.
was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you didn't have the gift certificate and you wanted to spend about $200, but the food, we had to take food home. Fen loved the noodles.
Yes, the macaroni.
That sauce was amazing.
Yeah.
I got veal parmesan. You got the Marcella, chicken Marcella, right?
I got veal Marcella.
Oh, yours was veal too? Okay. And the food, like I said, came out in courses. The place was nice, very nice place. Had a valet. I don't know how this guy was doing it.
Oh, God. It was a wee tiny parking lot, and he had 100 cars in there, it looked like.
Yeah, because when we came out, RJ had called while we were in there and asked if we wanted to, keep Fen over the weekend, like we were going to say no. And said, yeah, we'll take, because we didn't get to see him last weekend.
Yeah.
Because he got sick. So then he told us that he knew
what the baby was, and he would not tell us.
He wouldn't. My mom said she'd give him $100.
Did she tell him?
Yeah,
Did she?
If you tell him, I don't know if he got word of that or not. He might have told her for $100. I know I would have.
Give
for
me
$100.
Yeah.
But he what I thought was interesting, because Terry was saying something to Lauren, and I would ask you if RJ made any kind of looks, like when you said, "What do you think is going to be, a boy or girl?" And then Lauren said, kind of hoping for a boy. For a brother for Fen. And RJ wasn't, he was just very stoic. He's very good at secrets, I guess, because he didn't say a word.
Nope, he didn't.
So she was telling you that I need to know what it is, because otherwise I'm going to, she wanted to be surprised.
She was going to look at the report from the hospital.
Right. So,
I guess it's in her phone.
So her sister put this really nice, it was very nice. They had some sandwiches. She made the cupcakes, and he had blue and pink on the top. You had to pick which one. Do you think she's going to have a boy? Think she's going to have a girl?
I thought she was going to have a boy, but I picked the pink. She was running out of blue.
Okay. I thought she was having a boy, and anyway, we bit into it, and it was blue. So we're having our second grandchild. He's going to be a little boy. We got pictures, videos today of
him rolling over, it looked like.
And she said that I saw the money shot. He had his butt up in the air and got to see she also said that she's surrounded by penises. Even the dog is.
Well, that was me.
Is a boy. You were the same way. You had 3 boys.
3 boys and a boy dog.
We had girls' names, but it just spit out
They changed
boys.
every time, though. They didn't. I always liked my Mia Michelle, but then we didn't ever stick with it. And every time I would say that, your Nana Mickey would say, "No, that's Italian."
Yeah, that is Italian, Mia Michelle.
So. But
so we're excited for our second little grandchild. Who I got to admit, I never thought I'd have one. I thought, okay, I got one, I'm good, and now we got 2.
I think it's good that they're having a second one.
I do too.
Because,
it'll be good for him.
Yeah, I think it will be. Because they learn to share better and stuff when they have another one.
They play together. RJ and Nathan were great together. And I said,
there were years that they did fight a little bit, but now that they're grown, I think they're really glad to have a brother to help them out when they need it,
Well, I mean, RJ had him doing all kinds of stuff when he was little. He was dressing up as whatever RJ
Dick
was
Tracy,
into.
Yeah, he was.
That then, Nathan was the sidekick.
Yep.
So if he was Batman, then he had to be Robin. Or if he was, it was Dick Tracy. The wrestlers, boy, they got into
they were
the wrestling.
They were the wrestlers, yeah.
My poor dad,
Animal and Hawk,
lost half his shirts because my mom would
cut them up and make them into costumes. Yeah, the red shirt into the Animal and Hawk ones, and she took big black duct tape and put the spikes on them and everything. Remember?
Oh, they were elaborate.
Yes.
She was like the Bob Fosse of grandchildren of costumes, because boy, she put it together.
I got some biker pants and stuff a couple times too, if I could find the right color. And we would remember I put the Brett the Hitman heart, the broken heart on the butt on it with the paints, and
Was Shawn Michaels in that too?
Heartbreak Kid.
Heartbreak, because you had to But those were the times. So it'll be fun to see how
we had
Fen.
A whole big bin of costumes, just all kinds of costumes.
And what does she do? September 27th.
Yes.
So poor Titus is going to be outnumbered with 2 of them taking over his his domain that he's lost anyway, because he didn't even get to. He had a little corner in the little fireplace, and he lost that because once Fenn figured out, I can go back in there, then he was kicked out. So that's our exciting news. We're excited to be grandparents once again. So yeah, it's an exciting time for sure. We're just hoping for a
full-term
pregnancy, healthy baby, healthy pregnancy, healthy mom. That's the main thing for sure. So I was talking about your summer diet. You want to get into that summer body, and with all that we've been eating, it's kind of hard to do that. We're fluctuating up and down. If you were really wanting to get and be in your swimsuit diet, then you should have already done it, because the third Monday of April is the typical day that many women and some men kick off their goal to shed some pounds before summer. So we should have done it not this past, but the third Monday of April.
Wow, I did a lot earlier than that last year, didn't I?
You did.
Well, I was trying to do it in the winter, like January, February, and I didn't get it done until April or May.
But but
I stayed on it 10 weeks, and I lost
30 pounds. Mm-hmm. So now we're eating just about anything that we see.
And now I need to take 10 back off again.
I'd like to do the same thing. Start.
I don't know where you're going to lose it from.
Well, I can't lose it from my butt because I don't have a butt.
That's true.
It's all right here. Look, Terry.
You don't even have a stomach.
It's right there.
You don't even have a stomach.
It's just that when I was down to 163, I felt better. I just felt
when
better.
I do without the sugar, I do feel better.
But I do think that if we can get some summer going and
I think I'm
outside
today
and get
sugar.
A lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar.
Well,
yesterday.
we did. Well,
I had cupcakes and M&Ms and jelly beans.
Yeah, Terry found the
and
M&Ms.
And ice cream. And
I had
a lot of sugar yesterday.
Well, when you found the M&Ms, you couldn't stop, and I can't stop because I love M&Ms. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
people even bring me at work because they
know you like them.
They know I like my
M&Ms.
My M&Ms, and I saw I don't know if I have the paper here. They were talking about, that was one of the things we were going to talk about first, was the freshman 15, because a lot of young kids go to college. A lot of times they put on weight. They call it the freshman 15, but that's not actually true. According to the study that they did at Auburn, they said most kids, young kids in their freshman year, gain about 2 pounds.
Zachary lost weight.
Yeah, he lost weight. They do that during the first semester of college. They gained 4.8 pounds the entire year. So I don't know why they get the freshman 15. I can honestly say that when I started my job that I'm at now, there's no doubt.
Did you gain
I felt like I gained 10 pounds because of the way they eat. It's constant food. It's, yeah.
They feed you good and they take good care of you there.
They do. But I wish I could say no, but I can't say no to a donut. I just can't. The donuts have this hold on me, especially the custard ones. And Diane buys the custard ones
because she knows you like them.
She knows I like them, and so I can't. And it's like they're talking to me. So I have one, and then I think, okay, I'm good with one, and I'll walk by the box because it's only from here. I mean, it's very close, not even like 3 feet. And I think I can hear him talk, like the box moves.
Yeah. Hey, come get one.
There's
another one here for you.
Delicious and good. So I just pretend like it's an organic donut and I eat it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that's the freshman 15 kids. If you're going to, well, of course you're probably getting ready to.
I would think more kids lose weight because they live on oodles of noodles and cafeteria food, and some of them don't like the cafeteria food, and
It could be some of the other things.
And then like our son, too much drinking. But if the ones that actually go to school for something that's rough, like if they're pre-med or, biology or science or engineering, they really don't have the time to or they're not going to make it through their studies if they party. So because they're stuck studying if they're in a harder field. They have to prepare themselves to study. And if they go off and drink and party like the other kids do, then they usually have to drop their field and start over again.
Well, I think that was Zachary's first year in Penn State. He was
locked in his bedroom while everyone else was partying. He was locked in studying. Yeah,
he was going for engineering, and he hung in there for 2 more years after that, which is really weird. And then
he still had a good grade point average when he switched over.
But
he thought teaching was simple after being in for engineering.
Oh, I'm sure.
He just flew right through with straight A's after that.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to be more, when I say engineering, he really wanted to be more of a
design. He really liked the architecture. He liked
the architecture part of it.
But when he looked into switching over to architect, he would have had to do 6 more years, and he already had 2.5 to 3 years in. And he was like, I'm not staying here for 6 years, and I'm not doing that kind of debt. So...
Yeah, it's just, I don't know if kids, if they're gaining the weight. Men gained an average of 5.4 pounds. Women gained 3.2 pounds. And I guess a lot of it, I don't know, does beer put,
I would think beer would do it because it's the first time being away from mom and dad. Maybe they went to a couple parties in high school, but you have more access to it.
Yeah, there's more access to it.
Because there's older kids that have it around, and then,
Yeah. So, the freshman 15, I know I work, where I work, it's the, I don't want to really say the name, but.
The
newbie 20 at work. Fat o'clock. Do you know what fat o'clock is?
Fat o'clock?
Fat o'clock. It's the time when we ditch our diet and start eating comfort food. And according to research, there is a particular time
in your
that
diet
fat o'clock starts kicking in. And do you know what time that is?
I would say in the evening.
That's you're very hot. And I'm not just saying that because you are hot, but you're steaming.
I would say 6 or 7 o'clock.
Can you see the paper? You can see the paper,
no, I
can't you?
You
can't see that
6
because
or 7
you
o'clock.
need glasses to see that.
If I had my glasses on, I might be able to see it.
It is 7 p.m. on a Sunday night.
Okay. See, it wouldn't.
The study that said
if you're watching TV, that's even worse because the commercials are all burgers and Dairy Queen and,
We got home yesterday from the reveal, and I was starving.
That's when I was dieting. You noticed I went to bed a lot.
You did.
Because the commercials are horrible. They're all over.
When you see the
and especially
Dairy
if you're,
Queen big burger.
If you want a cheesecake or something, and then they start, giving you all this, and it's like I have been missing that for 5 weeks. I just went to bed so I wouldn't see it.
It's tough because the Dairy Queen hamburger looked great last night. No matter what they put at Denny's had a commercial on.
Everything looked good.
The pancakes. Everything.
You must have been hungry.
I was hungry. Anyway, the people that did the study, they fell for comfort food between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. on Sundays. Another dangerous time for your diet, and I know this is true because this happens at work when I'm bored. Mm-hmm. Between 3 and 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, when you're
looking for something.
Today I was busy.
So that was second, and then between 5 and 7 p.m. was the third most popular time to abandon your healthy snacks and go for something tasty. So you have the 7 p.m. on Sunday nights, and you have 7 to 10, really 7 to 10 on Sundays, and then 3 to 5 in the afternoon, and then 5 to 7 on just about any day that you're at work. And sometimes it's just, for me, it's just boredom. I just get bored with, I don't want to say bored, but sometimes you sit for a while, nothing's going on, and you see there's candy in this bucket, there's candy in that bucket, there's M&Ms. It's just hard to say no. But
I'm down in my own QB, so there's only what I have there.
Sometimes I feel like fat o'clock. Now I'm getting hungry talking about food because we didn't eat yet. So maybe I'll be hungry.
When you
Pancakes really sound good for some reason.
Pancakes,
yeah, they really do. All right, we come back. We're going to talk about some food failures. We'll see if you remember some of these big time companies that made, like McDonald's had a certain burger
Like
that they
McRib.
really put money into, and it didn't turn out the way that they thought it would. We're also going to talk about what turns on a woman, what you can do
to turn your
woman on.
Okay.
Why we forget names. I got all kinds of things. I mean, I didn't even go by my list. If I'd have gone by my list, probably would have been a little bit better, but that's okay. We're doing good. We'll talk about those two things and whatever else pops up when we come back.
Okay.
So you want to start a podcast. Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great-looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website, and all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. Hello, and welcome back to part 2 of Just Talking Out Loud. I'm Ron.
I'm Terry.
Just in case you forget.
Yeah.
Sometimes it helps remind me of who I am. You ever do that? You kind of forget, and you look in the mirror and you're
Not
like,
usually who I am. Sometimes I get a little busy and
you forget who you are, or you know who you are.
Right. I usually know who I am, not so much everyone else, or name, just like someone you see every day and you know their name, and they'll like, it left me. You know?
Oh, that, yeah, we should talk about that, names. I probably should jump to that before I do the, let's see, we're talking about names. Let's do that. Let's go here. See, I have papers everywhere. And then we'll come back to the food failures and then what turns on a woman. But names. We've talked about this before. I've said this to you on this show many a times, that I just get embarrassed by whether it's at work or whether it's in store somewhere, and they'll remember your name and I can't remember there. And it says you can be forgiven for forgetting the name of a new acquaintance just after minutes after being introduced, because you say hello, you say, hey, my name is, Bob. And it rings for a second, then you start talking, and you're like,
okay, what was your name? Like, if you talk too long and you really enjoyed the conversation, remind me what your name was. Yeah.
Because I was thinking with Kristen's husband's name is Dave, right?
Yeah, I think.
See,
that sounds
I thought it was Dave.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to say it because I'm not sure. I'm waiting for somebody else to say You know what I mean? Like if somebody in the
Yeah,
room
he didn't know you had a radio station either.
Oh, he didn't know?
No.
Yeah, well, I don't. It's not like I go around with
It's not like you
on my
advertise
back.
it, yeah.
But I didn't want to say the name. I was hoping somebody else would say, "Hey, Dave, did you give me?"
Yeah.
So then I could say, "Oh, yeah, that was his name."
Name.
But anyway, I think it is his name. But they did this memory. Some memory experts say that these memory lapses
Dave or Mike?
are part of the
It's something.
I thought it was
normal.
Dave. Now you got me doubting
now I got myself
It's not
down.
Mike.
No.
It's not Mike.
Mike is BJ's husband.
That these Mike lapses are a necessary part of the brain's process to avoid overloading information. But it's not uncommon. These memories can be recalled several hours after learning them. So the brain it doesn't want to take in all this. It's just a name, but the brain can't take it in.
Well, in my job, I get so many things. Like I know these kids, especially the ones that are late every day. And then one day I'll just draw a blank. Like, oh, God, I know who this is. And I can't remember,
There were ways, we talked about this on the show, there were ways to remember a name. There were certain things you could do to help you, but I feel horrible. I see some of these people every day, and for some reason, it's like I
have five
have to
parents
really think.
Sitting in front, and I need my child, and they know that I know their child, and I'm just sitting there looking at them like, and I have to say, who's your child? I'm like,
Yeah.
my brain is fried. Like today, between 1:30 and 2:30, I must have had 5 walk-ins, and I don't know how many people called me and added on to my early release list. So I was busy. It was like a revolving door. And then I had 2 or 3 people call me right at the end of the day. One wanted me to have her child call her back, and it was something about track. And right after that, they announced that there would be no track. Those kids were supposed to ride their buses home. Well, then 2 other called me, and 2 walked in, and I was trying to get their kids. One was at the gym, one was, So I'm running around getting kids and calling to get kids. And then 2 called in for their kids to be walker riders. They were picking them up rather than riding their bus. Well, at the end of the day, we have a 4 or 5 minute homeroom. Well, the bell is ringing right now ahead of me. I only have 4 or 5 minutes to figure out where their homeroom is and call them and tell them to be a walker rider. And they want to tell me that I'm, mispronouncing their name or this or that. And I'm like, I got to go if you want me to tell them. I only, you call me the last minute and you expect miracles that I can call 3 or 4 people. You don't realize I just got off the phone with someone else who wants the same thing. I still have to look both kids up and get the phone calls made for 2 or 3 kids in 4 minutes.
They don't care, Terry. Just do the job. Just do the job.
But I can't guarantee I'm going to give your kid the message if you don't give me enough time.
They'll just call you back and tell you didn't do your job.
Yeah, and they'll tell me, you didn't tell my kid. Well, I'm sorry.
Well, you're supposed to keep all that stuff. Well, it's you're trying to do multiple things. So just think of it this way: you don't have much longer. You're going to be mush because you're going to be watching
2 babies, just trying to keep up with bottles and feedings, and
because one is going to be stationary, the other one's going to be running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Just remember that too.
Yes, and potty training and stuff.
And you're going to be right. So as the one, you try and put it in
Lay
a swing,
down.
or while you're getting it, because the other one says, "I got to poop,"
and you're going to be like running them.
Yeah.
No, don't do it yet. Let wait till I get to the potty.
Because if you don't get to it, then you're going to have
be
another problem.
It up. Yeah, I'm going to be cleaning it up. Yeah.
So you got. So you I don't know what you're getting into, but
I know. I was young when I did
we were
this
young,
the last time.
A lot younger back then. That's right. We were a lot younger and a lot more spry. Is that a good word?
Yeah.
We're not spry anymore because when he's
I could keep him. I could keep up with 2 or 3.
Yeah, no, I don't know. We're going to find out. Of course, like I said, one's going to be more stationary for a little bit.
Yeah, because when I went part-time with RJ, I just had RJ and I went part-time, and I used to watch Jillian for Janet a couple days a week so she could work.
So these times that you're having right now are all going to be in the distant, way far
I'll have
away.
brain mush.
Yeah, brain mush for sure. What turns on a woman? What turns you on? What is something? You might be surprised by this list because it's not.
Yeah, I probably will be.
Because it's not what you think.
I think some women are just looking for a helpmate. You know what I mean? And some attention, some actually adult attention that, you care, that you actually listen to me or, you know.
There's 5 basic ingredients, and this was on from MSN.com on what turns on a woman. There's 5. The number 5 is honesty. That's all they want. Turns them on. So if I had to be honest with you right now, Tim,
okay, don't even start.
That dress looks absolutely amazing.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does. It looks great.
It's like a
and
sweatshirt
I'm being
dress.
honest. Because if I was lying, my nose would grow even bigger than it is already.
Oh, you think?
Oh, I'd be poking you right now if I was lying. So honesty's number 5. Number 4, consideration. Just that the lady, just your significant other, or if you're dating, think about honesty number 5, consideration number 4. Does that sound like something that'd get turned on?
I mean, if you're considerate of me and, let me know what's going on and yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, passion. So number 3, you're looking for passion. You don't look like you're looking for passion. But I'm not sure what passion is. It's not like your books you read.
I know.
It's not like in Harlequin romance.
A lot of people have a different views of passion,
you see the front cover, and it's got this very muscular, long-haired man.
The girl that's got all the curves in the right places, and long hair. And her dress is halfway unzipped, and
they're already, the cover's already.
It's already saying, hot, baby.
Hot, yeah. Is that the kind of passion we need to
I don't know.
gather?
I don't think everyone has that passion in them. Do you?
I don't think so, especially as you get older.
I think I'm too tired for that. Just getting in the dress would be hard.
Don't even take your socks off. It won't take that long. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's number 3. Number 2, sense of humor. And I could see where if you can make someone laugh.
Oh, yeah, when you're having a rough day, like when you're home with your toddler, someone pooped on the floor, and you're just feeling like your sense of humor would come in handy.
And you might need a sense of humor as you're getting older and you take all your clothes off.
And everything's sagging to the floor.
You forget what you were in there for because you're laughing at each other. So you got to have a sense of humor.
Always reminds me of that.
Turn the lights off.
That swimsuit called? It was supposed to suck your belly in, and it just rolled it up over.
Oh, yeah, just kind of did that.
I forget what it was called. It was
like what do you call that when you have that? What is it like?
I don't know. It was supposed to hide your belly. It was
but it made it like pop up.
But it just, they did suck my belly in. It just rolled up over it. It was awful.
You got to do it in the dark so you can't see each other. So that's number 2 is a sense of humor. Number 1, intelligence. Intelligence turns women on.
Well, I know our oldest son told me that he wanted a mate that could carry on an intelligent conversation. That was one of the things he really wanted. And when he started dating, when he went away to college, he said a lot of the girls were too materialistic, and they weren't they didn't pay attention to current events and this and that, and he just thought they didn't have much upstairs to offer him. And so he did a lot of one dates, I think.
I'm not well read. It's not like so I don't know what I'm bringing to the table as far as intelligence. Like what are you looking for, I guess, is what I'm asking. Like, do I have to bring my dry erase board and do a big giant
calculus problem? I think it's more like, are you current with things going on today? And you know what I mean?
Yeah, but intelligence could, you might not agree with
yeah.
I guess it's like intelligence, not, going out with an umbrella on a rainy day and not walk into the rain soaked. Is this more, instead of intelligence, maybe you should have said common sense?
I don't know. I think some people are looking for intelligence because they want nerdy people that make money.
Well, that's true.
But
there are not nerdy people that make good money.
There are people who just don't talk, or people that, and I think everyone's looking for someone they can carry on a decent conversation or be quiet together and feel comfortable with them.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just not sure. I think it's more, to me, I think it's more, it seems like it would be more common sense. They just want, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's intelligence is, you got to be a brain surgeon. Is that
I just don't think, you're not gonna, you're not gonna always find someone on your intellectual level. Like, you know what I mean?
If you can put the cap back on the toothpaste, I think you're
in good shape, huh?
You should be good.
All those little things that bother you in everyday life.
Yeah. If you could close a drawer, that turns me on. Turn the light off, close a drawer. Yeah. Well, it's really not much. It doesn't turn me on with you anyway. So you could be sitting there in a parka and I'd still find you sexy. So
okay, that's great.
So I don't know. There's a lot of people learning a lot about me that I probably should just shut up.
Yourself? Yeah.
Should just shut up. But yeah, those are just some of the things that if you want to turn on a lady, I don't know if you can.
Yeah, and
get intelligence. Just read.
I know some
guess
people.
You could read up on stuff.
Yes, I guess you could. Yeah.
Try to learn.
Well, if you're dating someone who's into poetry, you may want to pick up the poetry books from her favorite. So
Yeah.
There are ways you can, carry on a conversation with someone if you have to find out what they're into.
Right. Is there a color that you find like you have a favorite? I know your favorite is yellow and purple, but do you have a color that you're like, oh, I like that, and kind of get you all
passion? You mean
get you all randy?
Not really.
Don't make you horny, baby. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Let's get off the what turns on a woman.
A lot of people say red, but
Yeah, red walls would be tough to wake up if your bedroom was red. Now I can see an accent wall maybe.
Yeah, but
red, I don't know.
I know a lot of people like red.
Yeah, they do.
Put it in their kitchens. Bread couches. You see the bread couches and stuff sometimes.
But don't those? If you have red couches, they're usually have wild parties, like orgies and stuff, don't they?
Oh, you think?
A lot of pillows
I think
everywhere.
Some people just like red.
Is that attached to that? It might give them a stigma I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
You walk into the next house, my friend's house, we go, oh, you have a red couch. Oh, okay.
Everyone thinks you're a swinger now.
Oh, swinging, baby. Okay. Let's talk about food failure, shall we?
Yeah.
Move on to the next subject because we're
getting
down a very slippery slope.
Yes.
They have this this museum. The food industry produces countless duds, and the Museum of Failure curated some of the biggest food failures. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but McDonald's, I don't remember this. I wish it would tell me. I want to say the 90s. I could be wrong. McDonald's had the Arch Deluxe. Do you remember this sandwich? They spent $200 million on developing and marketing the Arch Deluxe. It was meant to dethrone the Big Mac. See, that's what I remember. I remember them trying to find something other than, they would still keep the Big Mac, but the Big Mac, they wanted something bigger.
Yeah, than the Big Mac. And it didn't go over well, huh?
No. They found it difficult to make. Franchises just could not make it. I guess, I don't know. It doesn't say exactly what was on it. It was removed from menus in 2000. So it must have been in the 90s because I kind of remember something like this in the 90s.
I don't think they had their special sauce on it. I think it was like lettuce and tomato, like a regular burger.
Yeah, I don't think it had.
They needed to do like a bacon barbecue or something odd like that instead of just a plain burger. You know what I mean?
Customers thought it was overpriced, and so they just removed
Well, it
it.
was because they used so much for advertising. They had to up the price.
I kind of wish now. I wish I'd have looked at this a little bit more. I would have looked up and see if I could find a picture of it, so we would know. Oh yeah, what was on it?
Yeah,
that they were trying to dethrone the Big Mac. The Big Mac was just an amazing.
2 all beef patty special sauce.
Yeah, the campaign. We're talking about 70s.
Oh, it was when I was a kid.
Before that?
I was a kid.
So you're talking about a campaign that just lasts and keeps on going. And I haven't had a Big Mac, and I'm getting hungry for a Big Mac. I haven't had a Big Mac in years. Last time we had a Big Mac, because you are more of a Burger King Whopper.
Yes. Yeah.
Terry likes the Whopper.
Don't they have one with bacon on it now, too?
I think so.
And see, now
the
I
Baconator.
I like to go to Red Robin with something and add bacon, or I like to,
So it was removed from the menus, the Arch Deluxe, back in 2000. Now, if I say this word to you, Colgate, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Toothpaste.
So you wouldn't think frozen dinners would come to mind?
No.
That doesn't enter your mind at all?
No.
Apparently, Colgate, believe it or not, made a brief move into frozen foods in the 80s. They introduced a frozen lasagna TV dinner. That does not ring a bell at all.
Doesn't.
Colgate.
It doesn't with me at all.
I just don't remember. I would like to look it up and see if they still have it. They don't, because it was in the 80s and it was gone, the TV dinner. But Colgate, now, the TV dinners.
Oh, was that Hungry Jack? And
Hungry Jack?
Yeah, Hungry Jack with Stouffer's has TV dinners. Well, who else has them?
I was thinking of another one, but I can't.
Oh, they're Swanson,
TV dinners. And they were all, wasn't there a particular company that made Banquet? I bet that they were the one that made TV dinners, huh? So when I say Colgate, you're thinking, okay, I got to brush my teeth? Do I?
Mouthwash or toothpaste?
Yeah, mouthwash, yeah. Let's see. Now, Kellogg's, right?
Cereal, of
course.
There's been a lot of cereals.
But I bet you don't remember this. I don't think you'll remember this cereal they made. Kellogg's introduced in 1985 OJ's. Do you remember this?
No. And 1985 is when we got married, isn't it?
It's the orange juice flavored cereal.
It didn't go over well.
The cereal's natural flavors and how it had all the vitamin C of a 4-ounce glass of orange juice. However, customers found the combination of orange juice and milk disgusting, and they discontinued the cereal a year later. I do not remember Kellogg's OJ's.
I don't either.
And I can't imagine, because
when we got married was 85.
I know, 1985, and we didn't get it for our birthday,
right.
our wedding present.
No.
We didn't get any OJ's. That would have been a great present just to try the next morning.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't even sound good.
No, it doesn't. So it didn't even last a year, and the OJ's were gone. So I just thought that was those are just some of the food failures. And I don't remember the Colgate. I kind of remember the Arch Deluxe, but I can't remember
what was on it.
I'm sure it was very
thinking
similar.
It was not. They didn't have special sauce and shredded lettuce and stuff. I'm thinking it had like the burger and the lettuce and tomato and onion and whatever.
Yeah. We have a lot more to talk about, but we could just
our time is up.
We could just end it on that. I wouldn't mind looking up more food failures and just to see if we remember
any of them
too. But let's just end it on that note. Food failures, and then we come back. We'll talk about how housework could really help you in your health.
I'm going to need that next year.
If you want to conceive a boy or girl,
it's
a good time to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
You should have talked about that a few months ago.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I didn't know they were even trying.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
We got that one just hit us, didn't it?
It did. It was kind of a surprise.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't know if they threw that out the window with, Fenn being sick all the time and having
some other
losing
things
their
that
nanny
happened,
and
But so anyway, we'll talk about those things next week. And I'm hoping to get RJ and Lauren too, but Zach and Sarah back on.
And do our Oreo taste test and our Dr. Pepper taste test.
By the time we do it, they're going to be stale. We already lost our sour cream.
Well, we'll have to, get them, and maybe this summer, maybe we can do all like half an hour shows and taste tests this summer.
That. Let's do that.
I think that would be fun. We'll have to look up more of them.
Yes.
To see, and have more people to taste test. Like if Lexus and Nathan and Lauren and RJ, anytime we have all of them over, we do a taste test real quick, get the mics out, and
we'd have to have gluten-free for Lexus.
But
but we could all try it and say we could do do you know which one is gluten-free?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we could keep
that would be cool.
She can only have the gluten-free.
Right.
So,
but whatever. Okay.
We can do a lot of it.
Yeah. So thanks so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to share us. Share us. We love to be shared. So just share us to all your friends, especially if they have a red couch. And you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter, Just Talking Out Loud. We are on all, I should ask the Spotify, because I know there's ways to talk. I need to do that. I need to get on that a little bit more. So follow us on Facebook or Twitter. Don't forget to share us. Every Monday, subscribe. Every Monday, a brand new episode comes out. And we just talk about all kinds of really goofy subjects. And we get off subject sometimes too. And that's what makes it kind of fun, I think. Not talking about everyday news. Nobody wants to hear that crap all day long, do we?
No, we get enough of it.
Yeah. So thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Don't forget to share us, like us, whatever. Subscribe. And follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Just Talking Out Loud, and so much more. We are going to take off. We're out.
Have a blessed week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.